Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Tuesday, July 19th slate of MLB action. Obviously, it is for the All-Star game, so I am very excited to dive into it. But before I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. You guys have been showing a lot of support lately, so I do appreciate that. But if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, and thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean a lot to me. But without any further ado, today's just going to be a fun video. Obviously, be very smart with these bets. Don't put a lot of money on these. There's so many players that could win MVP. And the game could literally go either way. There's no science behind it. There's no real stats behind it. I'm just throwing out a pick out there just because. Now, I will go ahead and say we'll do a quick recap from the day before that we did have, which would have been on Sunday? I don't remember. Either way, I believe it was Sunday. We ended up going 2-1, and if you guys know, I did say that if we ended up going 3-0 on my picks, I was going to give out $50, and I'm really upset because we almost had it. We really, really almost had it. So our first play we had was the Phillies first half run line versus the Marlins. That one ended up working out for us. I don't think either team scored until like the fourth inning, though. It did make me a little nervous, but then the Phillies started to break away. And then they really got the bats going, taking out the Marlins pretty early. Then we did also have the Diamondbacks and the Padres nerfy. I can't lie, that one was definitely a sweat. Ketel Marte in the very first inning gave me an absolute heart attack. Hits it all the way back to the warning track, but luckily for us, they were able to get the fly out. And then on the flip side of things, I think that there was at least one guy on base for the Padres as well. So both sides made it really, really interesting. It was definitely a sweat. I was literally sitting there on my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was absolutely crazy. But it ended up working out. Then we did have the Brewers team total under 3.5. The Brewers, well, Logan Webb up until the first half of the inning the first half of the game, whenever he did get pulled, he gave up one run. So he was actually in perfect spot to keep playing and hit the under. Then they pulled him, and they ended up scoring 2 runs in the 6th, and then Adams ended up hitting a home run, a 2-run shot to hit the over in the 7th inning, and then they didn't score the rest of the game. It was a very bad beat, so they ended up scoring 5 runs, so we ended up losing that one. I should have known. The Giants bullpen is not necessarily the best. I should have definitely known that one. But ended up 2-1, and we ended up making some profit. So if you guys, just in case if I end up never not posting videos, I'll still post my picks somewhere. So like, for example, yesterday I didn't post a video, but I ended up still having a home run derby pick. Actually, I had 2 guys, so however you want to take that. But I put a unit on each of these guys. I put a unit on Schwarber, and I put a unit on Juan Soto, and I ended up hitting it. I put it on my Twitter. I also have a TikTok. It's, not very big at all. I think I had like 19 followers on there. But I did put it on my TikTok as well and on my YouTube community page. So I put it in 3 different spots, and we actually ended up hitting it. So, nice little plus like 600 value. So I really, really love that. But we ended up hitting that. Obviously, Schwarber did not do his part by any stretch of the imagination, but Juan Soto did. He really got it done, so I'm really happy about that. But ended up working out. So we ended up getting some profit even on a day when there was no MLB games. Like that's insane. But we've been on an incredible run here. I think we're on a 7-0 run. We had a 2-0 sweep earlier in the week. The next day we had a 3-0 sweep, and then we just had the 2-1. So we ended up pretty solid here. So hopefully we can carry that momentum into the second half of the MLB season. Obviously, second half MLB betting is much different than the first half, but I still really hope we can carry it on over. So, without any further ado, you guys are definitely not here to listen to me ramble. So, I do have one pick. It's definitely nothing. Like, I'm not going to be throwing stats up here for you guys. I'm just going to be throwing up opinions. I'm just going to be giving out some fun bets. All right. Once again, please be responsible with these. Do not bet everything that you have on this. It's not guaranteed. It's just for fun. But without any further ado, here's who's winning the All-Star game. We're putting 1 unit on the American League money line at -105 odds. That's our first play of the day. Now, I really like this play, mostly just because they are the dogs, and the American League, I saw Krabs put out a tweet. If you guys do follow Krabs, make sure that you guys do. He's a great Twitter gambler and like sports bettor and just in general. So make sure that you guys do check him out, obviously, if you guys do have Twitter. But he did put out a tweet saying that the American League have won the last 8 All-Star games, and they're still underdogs. So I'm gonna be taking a shot in the dark here, but the history has our side, and I really do think that it's gonna be a solid play for sure. It's not like they're huge underdogs. I mean, they're only -105, so almost breaking even at that plus value. So I'll definitely be riding with it. I know that they were like plus like 110 or 115 or something like a little bit ago, so the line is starting to move in the opposite direction. So make sure you guys do hop on this as soon as you guys see this, but I still think it's a really good play overall. Now for MVPs and stuff, I can't lie to you guys, I am just going to be putting a third of a unit on 3 different guys. So I have a half unit on the American League, okay? And then I'm going to be doing a quarter unit on 2 other guys, and we'll get to those in just a minute. And then I have a long shot one, so I'm just going to put like barely any money on it. It's just going to be a just in case. So, you know, I wouldn't put anything more than like an eighth of a unit, like something super small in this next one. But so we do have Ohtani. Ohtani is obviously he's a great player. He's a little bit of a do-it-all type of guy. I think he's going to be DH for this game, so he should get plenty of at-bats. I think that he has a good matchup here. Obviously, the pitchers here for the National League are not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think that he is going to I think Ohtani's seen a lot of these guys, and I think that it is going to be it's going to be a really good spot for him. So that's my first one. It's at plus 390, so that would be some solid value, but he is currently the favorite. So I know it's not a very fun bet, so we'll get to some other ones. My next one that I'm going to put a half unit on is Juan Carlos Stanton. I think that he has a very good shot to win it as well, especially if he does start to hit a couple bombs, which I do foresee that happening. I think that there should be a lot of runs scored in this game. But I do think that I do think Stanton does have a really good chance at winning MVP too, especially if he can get just a couple bats to go. And then for the long shot one, I'm going to be taking Devers plus 2,500. Yes, and this is on DraftKings, so I don't know if it's different on FanDuel or whatever. But I mean, Devers is still a really solid player, and I do like Devers, especially like if he can get any sort of the bats going. I think that he has an actual chance at winning MVP. It's just going to be a matter of who can, get the most hits, who can get the most home runs, who doesn't get out the most. It's gonna be stuff like that. Obviously, Ohtani has a little bit more of an advantage because he kind of does everything, but Devers, I do think he has an actual good shot at it. So obviously I had to pick players from the American League because that's who I picked to win, but those are my picks. American League money line, Ohtani MVP, Devers MVP, Stanton MVP. So hopefully one of these guys do end up hitting for us, but you never really know. So that is going to do it for today's video. Like I said, this is just a fun one, so make sure you guys do bet responsibly, but that's going to do it for me. This is King Sam signing out. Peace.